Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a point in life when you realize you are enough, just as you are. You don't need to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that weren't made for you. You don't need to beg for love, friendship, or recognition. And most importantly, you should never force anyone to choose you. I have lived by one rule. I am my own first choice. My worth is not defined by how many people approve of me, but by how strongly I stand in my truth. If someone wants to walk away, let them. If someone hesitates to be in your life, open the door wider for them to leave, because the ones who truly value you will never need convincing. Self-worth and confidence are not just about how we see ourselves, they are about how we allow the world to see and treat us. It all begins from within, understanding that our value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see it. Too often, people seek external validation, looking for approval from others to feel worthy, but the truth is, confidence is an inside job. It is the deep-seated belief that you are enough, that you matter, and that no one else gets to define your worth but you. From the moment we start interacting with the world, we are conditioned to seek acceptance. Whether it is in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, we are often made to believe that being chosen is a sign of value. This mindset can be dangerous because it places our self-worth in the hands of others. The reality is that real confidence comes from knowing that even if no one picks you, even if no one claps for you, even if no one validates your presence, you are still valuable. People who are truly confident do not chase after approval. They do not shrink themselves to fit into places where they are not appreciated. They do not change who they are just to be accepted by someone else. They walk into a room and own their space, knowing that they belong simply because they exist. They do not measure their success by how many people like them, but by how much they respect themselves. One of the biggest misconceptions about confidence is that it means always being the loudest person in the room, always being the center of attention, or always having everything figured out. That is not true confidence. That is performance. Real confidence is quiet. It is a deep understanding of yourself that does not waver based on external circumstances. It means being comfortable in your own skin, embracing both strengths and weaknesses, and not allowing rejection or criticism to shake your foundation. A person with self-worth does not beg for love, attention, or recognition. They do not stay in situations where they are undervalued just because they fear being alone. They do not accept less than what they deserve because they know they bring something valuable to the table. When you truly value yourself, you do not tolerate disrespect. You do not lower your standards just to be accepted. You do not apologize for being who you are. It is important to understand that confidence is not about being perfect. It is about being real. It is about knowing that even on your worst days, you are still deserving of respect. It is about standing firm in your identity, even when others try to shake your belief in yourself. Confidence is built in moments of self-acceptance, in learning to love yourself even when you feel unlovable, in choosing yourself even when others do not. The journey to self-worth is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, times when rejection stings, and situations where you question if you are enough. But confidence is not about never feeling insecure. It is about not letting those insecurities define you. It is about reminding yourself every day that your worth is not up for debate, that your value is not dependent on someone else's validation, and that you deserve to take up space in this world unapologetically. No one else has the power to determine your worth. No relationship, no job, no amount of external praise or criticism should dictate how you see yourself. True confidence comes when you stop waiting for the world to choose you and start choosing yourself every single day. Authenticity is one of the most powerful things a person can possess. It is the ability to stand firm in who you are without feeling the need to conform to someone else's expectations. The world constantly pushes us to seek approval, to fit into predefined molds, to say the right things, to behave in ways that make others comfortable. But true strength comes from refusing to lose yourself in the pursuit of validation. When you prioritize authenticity over approval, you step into a version of yourself that is real, unfiltered, and unapologetic. From an early age, people are taught to seek acceptance, whether it is in school, at work, in friendships, or in relationships. There is an unspoken pressure to be liked, to be agreeable, to be whatever society deems acceptable. The problem with this mindset is that it often forces people to suppress parts of themselves to fit in. They start altering their personalities, opinions, and even dreams just to be accepted, but in doing so, they slowly lose touch with who they really are. The cost of approval should never be your authenticity. The reality is, no matter how hard you try, you will never please everyone. There will always be people who disagree with you, who don't understand you, or who want you to be something different. If you spend your life chasing approval, you will find yourself exhausted, constantly shape-shifting just to meet someone else's expectations. And even when you succeed in gaining their acceptance, it is temporary, because their approval is based on a version of you that is not even real. That is why authenticity matters. When you are true to yourself, the right people will be drawn to you, not because you are trying to impress them, but because your energy, your truth, and your presence are magnetic. Being authentic means embracing every part of yourself, the strengths, the flaws, the quirks, the imperfections. It means owning your story, your past, your beliefs, and your passions without feeling the need to apologize for them. It means not toning yourself down just to make others comfortable. Some people will love you for who you are, and some won't, and that is okay. The goal is not to be liked by everyone. The goal is to be respected for being real. People who prioritize approval over authenticity often find themselves living a life that doesn't feel like their own. They end up in relationships that don't truly fulfill them, jobs that don't align with their passion, and situations where they constantly feel the need to prove themselves. But when you choose authenticity, you gain freedom. A freedom to express yourself fully, to make choices that align with your truth, and to live without fear of judgment. Authenticity is also about having the courage to stand alone if necessary. It is easy to go along with a crowd, to say what people want to hear, to do what is expected. But it takes strength to stand in your truth, even when it is unpopular. It takes courage to say, "This is who I am, and I refuse to change just to fit in." The right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences will come into your life when you show up as your true self. The most successful, inspiring, and unforgettable people in the world are not those who tried to please everyone. They are the ones who dared to be themselves. They spoke their truth, followed their own path, and refused to let the fear of judgment hold them back. When you embrace your authenticity, you give yourself permission to live fully, to love deeply, and to create a life that is uniquely your own. Mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy and lasting relationship. Whether it is a friendship, a romantic partnership, or professional connection, respect is what sustains trust, understanding, and genuine connection. Without respect, relationships become one-sided, unbalanced, and ultimately toxic. Mutual respect means that both people value each other's thoughts, feelings, and boundaries without feeling the need to control, diminish, or overpower the other. It is about recognizing that every individual is deserving of dignity and fairness, regardless of differences in opinions, backgrounds, or experiences. In any relationship, respect is not just about words, it is about actions. It is not enough to say you respect someone. You have to show it through how you treat them. This means listening when they speak, valuing their perspective, even if you disagree, and never belittling or dismissing their feelings. It means understanding that no one is perfect, but still choosing to treat them with kindness and consideration. Respect is about giving space for someone to be themselves without fear of judgment or control. When both people in a relationship practice this, it creates an environment where trust can flourish. One of the biggest signs of mutual respect is the ability to communicate openly and honestly. In relationships where respect is lacking, conversations often turn into arguments, with one person trying to dominate or belittle the other. But when respect is present, even disagreements are handled with care. There is a willingness to listen, to understand, and to find common ground, rather than proving a point or winning an argument. Respect means valuing someone's feelings enough to talk through issues with patience, rather than resorting to insults, manipulation, or dismissiveness. Boundaries play a crucial role in mutual respect. Every person has limits, And respecting those boundaries is a sign of emotional maturity. Whether it is personal space, time, or emotional needs, boundaries should never be ignored or treated as an inconvenience. When someone says they are uncomfortable with something, a respectful partner or friend does not push or guilt them into changing their mind. Instead, they acknowledge and honor that boundary without making them feel bad about it. A relationship where boundaries are respected is one where both people feel safe and valued. Respect also means allowing each person to maintain their individuality. No relationship should require someone to lose their identity, dreams, or independence. A strong, respectful connection allows both people to grow and thrive as individuals rather than being controlled or molded into something they are not. In relationships lacking respect, one person may try to dictate how the other should think, dress, behave, or even pursue their goals. This is not love, it is control. True respect means celebrating each other's uniqueness and supporting their aspirations without feeling threatened or insecure. Another aspect of mutual respect is recognizing effort and contribution. In friendships, respect is shown when both people invest equally in the relationship rather than one person always doing the work. In romantic relationships, respect is shown by appreciating each other's efforts, whether in emotional support, daily responsibilities, or acts of kindness. When one person constantly takes while the other always gives, resentment builds. But in a relationship where respect is mutual, both people feel valued and appreciated for what they bring to the connection. Mutual respect also requires trust. Without trust, relationships become filled with doubt, insecurity, and unnecessary conflicts. Trusting someone means believing in their intentions, supporting their choices, and giving them the space to be themselves without constant suspicion or control. It means not playing games, not manipulating emotions, and not testing someone's loyalty just to feel secure. In a respectful relationship, both people feel free to be themselves without fear of being judged, criticized, or misunderstood. At its core, mutual respect is about treating others the way you want to be treated. It is about understanding that every person deserves kindness, patience, and fairness, just as you do. When respect is present in a relationship, love, trust, and harmony naturally follow. Walking away with dignity is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect. It means knowing when to leave a situation, a relationship, or an environment that no longer serves you without bitterness or drama. It is about choosing yourself over circumstances that make you feel undervalued, unwanted, or disrespected. Walking away is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. It takes immense courage to let go of something familiar, even when you know it is no longer right for you. But dignity lies in the ability to leave with grace, without seeking revenge, without begging for attention, and without compromising your self-worth. Many people struggle with walking away because they fear the unknown. They hold on to relationships, jobs, or friendships that drain them because they are afraid of what will happen if they let go. They wonder if they will ever find something better, if they will regret their decision, or if they are making a mistake. If dignity is about trusting yourself enough to know that if something is not right for you, you have the strength to move forward. It is about realizing that staying in a place where you are not valued is far worse than the uncertainty of starting over. There is an art to walking away without anger or resentment. It is easy to leave a situation in frustration, to lash out, to try to prove a point, or to seek closure from those who may never give it. But true dignity comes from leaving silently and confidently. It is about understanding that you do not need to explain yourself to those who were never willing to understand you. It is about resisting the urge to seek validation from people who did not appreciate you when they had the chance. Walking away with dignity also means refusing to beg for love, respect, or attention. If someone does not see your worth, it is not your job to convince them. If you have to constantly prove your value in a relationship, that relationship is not meant for you. When you walk away with dignity, you do not chase people who have already shown you that they are willing to let you go. Instead, you accept their decision with grace and move forward with your head held high. One of the hardest things about walking away is letting go of the emotional attachment. Even when you know something is not right for you, it does not mean you stop caring overnight. There will be moments of doubt, moments where you miss what once was, and moments where you question if you did the right thing. But dignity is about reminding yourself why you left in the first place. It is about knowing that going back to something that hurt you will not bring you peace. The pain of walking away is temporary, but the pain of staying in the wrong situation can last a lifetime. Walking away also means choosing silence over unnecessary confrontation. There is no need to argue, to justify your decision, or to seek closure from someone who has already made their stance clear. Dignity is found in the ability to leave quietly, to let go without making a scene, and to move forward without dragging unnecessary baggage with you. The best response to those who did not value you is to show them that you do not need them to thrive. Dignity is about self-respect. It is about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less than what you deserve. It is about leaving a situation not because you have no other choice, but because you know you deserve better. Walking away with dignity is a silent but powerful statement that says, I choose myself. It is not about proving a point to others. It is about proving to yourself that you are strong enough to move on. Attracting the right energy is about aligning yourself with the kind of people, opportunities, and experiences that reflect your values, goals, and personal growth. The energy you put out into the world determines the kind of energy you receive in return. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and toxic influences, you will attract more of the same. But when you focus on positivity, self-respect, and growth, you naturally draw people and experiences that match that frequency. It is not about luck or chance. It is about being intentional with your mindset, choices, and the way you carry yourself. Energy is powerful, and people can feel it before a word is even spoken. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt drawn to someone's presence? Or perhaps you have encountered someone who drained your energy the moment they entered a space? That is because energy is felt, not just seen. The energy you radiate determines how others perceive and respond to you. When you embody confidence, self-worth, and kindness, you naturally attract people who appreciate and reciprocate that energy. But when you carry insecurity, fear, or resentment, you may find yourself surrounded by people who reflect those same emotions. One of the key aspects of attracting the right energy is self-awareness. You must be honest about the type of energy you are putting out into the world. If you constantly find yourself in toxic relationships, unfulfilling friendships, or negative work environments, it may be time to reflect on what you are allowing into your life. Are you setting healthy boundaries? Are you holding on to past pain that affects the way you interact with others? Are you tolerating behavior that goes against your values? The more you understand yourself, the better you can align with the right people and opportunities. Attracting positive energy also requires letting go of what no longer serves you. Many people struggle with this because they fear change or the unknown. But holding on to toxic relationships, past mistakes, or negative thoughts only blocks you from receiving the right energy. If you continue to entertain people who drain you, you leave no space for those who will uplift you. If you keep doubting yourself, you miss out on opportunities that require confidence. Letting go is not about loss. It is about making room for better things to come. Another important factor is gratitude. When you appreciate what you already have, you open yourself up to receiving more. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. Instead of focusing on missed opportunities, unsuccessful relationships, or unfulfilled desires, you start noticing the good that already exists in your life. This shift in perspective attracts more of what you want because your energy becomes more positive and receptive. The universe responds to what you focus on. If you focus on abundance, you will attract more abundance. Your circle plays a huge role in the energy you attract. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, gossip, or doubt themselves, that energy will rub off on you. But if you spend time with people who inspire, motivate, and challenge you to grow, you will start to embody that same energy. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people. Do they drain you or do they uplift you? Do they bring out the best in you or do they leave you questioning your worth? Choose relationships that align with the energy you want to attract. Mindset is everything when it comes to energy. If you constantly believe that good things do not happen to you, that people cannot be trusted, or that success is out of reach, you are subconsciously blocking yourself from receiving positivity. Your thoughts create your reality. When you start believing in yourself, seeing the good in others, and expecting great things, your energy shifts and the world responds accordingly. This does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending life is perfect. It means choosing to see the possibilities rather than the limitations. Attracting the right energy is also about authenticity. People are naturally drawn to those who are real, unapologetically themselves, and unafraid to stand in their truth. When you try to be someone you are not, you attract people who are drawn to that version of you, not the real you. But when you embrace your true self, flaws and all, you invite relationships and opportunities that genuinely align with who you are. Authenticity is magnetic because it is rare. In a world where many people wear masks, being real is what sets you apart and brings the right energy into your life. Energy is a choice. Every day you decide what kind of energy you will bring into the world and what kind of energy you will allow in return. When you choose to focus on positivity, growth, and self-respect, you naturally attract people and opportunities that align with that. It is not about forcing things to happen. It is about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts what is meant for them.